Hello, guys. How are you? Okay, let's see if we can share the screen with a video file. We got Pond at Night. That looks good. All right, let's turn that volume down. And also, let's share with Pond Drained. We are cleaning the pond today, and we're going to turn that guy down. There we go. Okay, we are back. All right, let's go over here to Blackie. Okay.
I'll accept this. No, I don't have the strawberry. It's gotten darker. It used to be like a blonde, strawberry blonde. Darkened quite a lot.
We're sending an invitation now to Dr. Black in Australia, who is live right now. We are trying to get him to come over. Oh, there we are. Okay. All right. So we're filling up the pond. We had pond maintenance today. It is 1:12 a.m. We're listening to Dr. Black in Australia live stream in the background. Not a good time to go to bed and leave the koi stranded. So I've got to go out there, turn the water off, turn the waterfall on, and dodge the bear. There's been a bear out there in the backyard. You can see all about it on the Bird Garden YouTube channel. You can go over there and watch the bear videos. Let's see. No, I'm right here. Invite. I got Dr. Black an invitation. Let's see if he takes the bait.
This long.
Have an excellent day. Nice wherever you're at. Make sure to take it easy. See you.
Okay.
All right, take it easy, man.
He's signing off. I don't know if he's coming over or not. Hopefully.
Everyone else in the chat, if you don't go over to Pond Life stream.
Let's see. Come on over, guys.
Collaboration and Curiosity stream in a matter of moments. But I will head on over and make an appearance at Rack's stream.
He says he's coming over, guys. We'll see.
And then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if he pops up, that.
Thanks, Beast. Take it easy, man.
That will be great if Dr. Black shows up.
Sounds good, man. See ya.
They're signing off over in Australia right now. It is, I got the wrong pop-up chat here, so you have to go. I got Dr. Black being too loud. I got to turn him down. There you go. Back to us, guys. Okay. Okay, we are good to go. Hey, guys. We're filling up the pond. We had pond maintenance all day today, and they drained the pond 5,000 gallons. They drained it. Here you go. They cleaned it. They polished every rock. They took all the water out of the pond. And so we're streaming about it all day, but Also, we're filling the pond back up because koi live there. And we're having to stay up tonight to wait for the water to get into the skimmer so I can turn the waterfall on, which is the filtration system for the koi. Dr. Black is live because the Australian time zone it suits him to be up at this time. So that's what we're doing. We're hanging out, filling up the pond. Right now, we got late night pond maintenance going on. I'm gnawing on a cigar. I can't wait to show off to Dr. Black 66 of Australia because he enjoys cigars also. It's 1:16 here. It's 1:16 a.m. Just an impromptu. We went live as the Bird Garden YouTube channel. And now we are now we're live on the Pond Life channel because we're doing late night koi pond maintenance. And I don't have the pop out chat from YouTube. I'm just watching the StreamYard chat. I did send a link over to Dr. Black 66 of Australia, hoping he's finishing up his live stream. If you've ever finished up a live stream, if you're a YouTuber, you know all the clicks that are necessary to make things work. Sandy Doughty here. Hey, glad to see you. Glad you dropped in, Sandy. We're doing late night koi maintenance. The pond is filling up because I had maintenance today that involved draining 5,000 gallons plus out of the pond. Now we're filling it back up on this domestic water line. It's very slow. That's why we are up doing a live stream, just impromptu. We've operated the pond for 4 seasons. The pond has been in operation for 4 seasons. And now it's time for maintenance. So here we are. Drain it all out, wash it, power wash it, polish it, clean the pads, clean the filtration, add the beneficial bacteria, add yeah, it is a lot of water. It's super maintenance. Here's what it looks like, Sandy. Let me play you something here. This is from today's video. You can see on the Pond Life video YouTube channel. I mean, these guys are washing behind the rocks, under the rocks, on the surface of the rocks. It's just there's my backyard. Don't get accustomed to that because everything's changing. We do have some forms built. We're going to pour concrete in, so we'll have some hardscape back there. Everything else is changing. There's a big plan to change everything. So that's what's going to happen. We're in the process of change, beginning with cleaning the koi pond. If you look closely there, you can see the biofalls at the top of the waterfall. Now we're looking into the forest because we've had a bear. We've had a bear in the yard last week after the bird feeder. So the bear comes in, has his way with the bird feeder. That's what's up. Hey, GRB, welcome. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, Dr. Black Ray. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. It was great dropping in Dr. Black's stream tonight. I haven't seen that guy in forever. Wonderful to see you guys. Okay, I live in a suburb. It's just houses after houses, postage stamp yards. My yard happens to back up to this forest, and that's where the bear comes from to get into the bird feeding station you see on the right side of right edge of your screen. You get a better look at it if you go to the Bird Garden YouTube channel. If Dr. Black is coming in tonight, there he is. Hey, Mikey, what's going up? Okay, yeah, let me message Mikey. Let's see. I want Mikey up here. All right, let's get a link here for Mikey. There's a link. Let's go over to Facebook. There's Mikey. All right, I sent you a link, Dr. Black. Let me know if you didn't get that, and we'll work out something because I want you up here. Yes, we did, Sandy. They set up a 500-gallon tank on the patio, and they put pond water in the tank, and then they moved the koi into the pond water. It was amazing to watch these guys work. They know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, and then once the water got put back in there to a level the koi could swim, they put the koi back into the pond. And since then, we've been refilling the pond with a water hose, just a domestic line. And it's been kind of slow going. So and that is exactly why we're here. That's what we're doing. I'm filling the koi pond. Can't go to bed because I don't want the koi to, I don't want to turn the water off and then the koi have no filtration, no aeration. I don't want to overfill the pond and just have it. We have the drainage system in place, but I don't want to just pour that water into the streets. We do have a guest here. I'm so glad to see Dr. Black 66, and there he is. Hello, Mikey. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you absolutely perfectly,
and
sir.
You are sounding well yourself, sir. Listen, Mike, it is so good to see you. First, I want to show off my new cigar. I've been chewing on this all night, hoping you'd show up. This is the Fuente Between the Lines. In America, it's about $22. Very hard to get, seasonal. I'm so glad to have it.
What's the dark bits? Just a different leaf or something?
It is. It's the Maduro leaf in contrast with the Connecticut leaf, which adds dual flavor. And you can see the way that thing's rolled. Only the best rollers get to make this cigar. It's really special.
Gosh dang.
Yeah, really, really special. And when you smoke it, it's very polite on the palate. Very polite.
Very polite on the palate. I like that.
Now, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, Michael, for being here. I really appreciate you. You sent me a message months ago asking me to be on your live stream, and it was like minutes after I had stopped live streaming, making YouTube videos, and it was such bad timing. I feel very bad about that. And I want you to know that. I wanted you to know that it wasn't personal. It was on my end. I had just stopped. All production was done.
Understandable. And to be fair, I probably did send that message to 200 people in a group text.
Well, I received it as if I was the only one. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just so done. I'm done. I'm walking away. And so I admire you, the way you handle your YouTube channel. You don't overextend yourself. You don't have expectations or unrealistic goals. And you bring people together. I love that about your channel. And I was at the point where I was spending too much money, too much time, too much effort for too little return. And it took all of the fun out of gathering the community together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can also see that that's not the only place that you've taken influence from me from, because now you've got this salt and pepper beard going on.
Every day.
You've got all this extra hair on the top of your head that I've not seen before from you.
Well, yeah, we're at that special time in the world right now where I haven't had a haircut in months. I do have one scheduled. I have a vaccine number 2 in the morning, and then a week from now, a haircut. So I love it, but I'm going to lose it. It's going to be gone. I'm going to go. I've seen you. with
I'll
very
go out
short
on-
hair.
I'll go out on a limb and say, get your vaccine,
Yeah.
cancel your haircut. Cancel.
You like that? Is that a good length for me? Is that working?
No, it needs to be longer. It's a work in progress. That's all I see. I see a work in progress.
Well, the beard can get longer. How's that?
I just cut mine down the other day. It was getting very long. I was waking up in the middle of the night with my beard in my eyeballs. And I
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
this is a good time to take a centimeter or two off it.
Your beard game is strong, Michael. It is strong. We got HC Aqua in the chat. You know, HC Aqua and I are cigar pen pals. We mail each other cigars from Hawaii, Tennessee.
Well, I thought I was a cigar pen pal of Jesse's too, but I'm yet to see a cigar from Jesse. I mean,
you know,
I got one via Aquamate, but that doesn't count. Jesse, come on, pick up your game.
You know, Michael, I'll try to send you one. I love the hair. Yeah, that's rocking. Oh yeah. I'll try to send you a cigar, but how long does it take for me to get things to you in the post? Is it a month?
Who knows nowadays? Goodness, it's all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we sent you that art. It made it all the way to your mailbox, and then your postman bent that up, and we had to send it again.
Yeah. And apparently he's got history. Like when I spoke to my guy who works for the post office, he knew. He said, "Oh yeah, oh you must mean this guy. He hates his job. He hates everyone. He hates
That's
everything."
unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. I hate to hear that.
Yeah. What a perfect personality to have in the service industry. Someone who just hates everything.
Oh wow! I tell you, the U.S. Post Office has made such great strides. I love those guys at the delivery here at my home, and when I ship things, especially to and from my post office box, they're just service oriented, and I don't take that for granted. I appreciate their service. I understand it's not the same all over, so
yeah. Well, I mean, you're dealing with the variations encompassed by the human condition, isn't it? So if you've got a business that involves human presence doing human things, you're bound to experience errors here and there.
Amen. So do you know what we're doing tonight, Mike? Do you know why I'm on the air?
No, I'm going to play ignorant and say I have no idea.
Well, I've posted a couple of videos today because the pond is getting serviced. And we drained the pond, 5,000 gallons. We took the koi out, put them in this 500-gallon tank, pressure washed every rock.
Wow,
washed every rock. And so after you remove 5,000 gallons of water, and then you have to refill with, look at that koi. I love that koi. That koi came from koi.com in Washington State. That's our biggest koi. I love that. It's on the website. It's on the Pond Life YouTube channel. You can go there and watch more. But so right now it's 1:30 a.m. my time, and we're still refilling the pond. That's why I'm up and just live streaming. I'm gonna have to go check the pond soon. We're within 6 inches of being able to operate the skimmer, which operates the waterfall, which is the filtration system. So I couldn't go to bed. I was kind of handcuffed. So I just went live, not knowing you were live. I apologize for interfering while you were going live.
Am I correct in saying that pond is less than a year old?
It's 4 seasons old, but it's not quite a year old. So we opened it in the summer, and now we've cleaned it in the spring. So yeah, it will be a year old end of June, 1st of July.
And do you foresee that's going to be a yearly ritual for your mob?
For as long as I can afford it, yes. As long as there are resources to provide for the aquascape guys to do the annual clean out, yes. Although they told me today that many of their ponds go for 5 years before they do the clean out.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Have you considered something like a wetlands filter or something that might give you a little bit more longevity between
Absolutely
cleanouts?
We talked about it today, Michael. Building, once we get the landscape taken care of, in this video, everything's in flux except the pond. We picked out a site for the bog pond that would act as a super filter.
Yeah, well, with the slope that you've got it installed on, it's sort of like, that's a dreamy kind of environment, because you could set it up with, multiple reservoirs above the actual pond where it trickles down through.
Absolutely. We talked about extending the rock face to make it have more of a resort feel. And so I was joking around with Tim of Pond Country. He's one of the Greg Whitstock guys, the Aquascapes Inc. contractors. I said, I recently invested in cryptocurrency, so I'll probably be a millionaire soon.
I like your logic.
Yeah, and so we'll need one of those bog filters. I'll put that on the list along with the Lamborghini.
Eat well, Jesse. See you soon.
Yeah, so long, Jesse. Enjoy your dinner. I'm not even keeping up with chat. It's just so good to see you, Michael. I'm glad you're doing well.
Oh, I thought that was the sole reason why you asked me up here, was so I could monitor your chat for you.
Yeah, well, one of many reasons. You're so talented and good looking.
Careful.
Yeah. If you're in here, surely we'll get 7 or 8 people to just come look at you. And sure enough, look at us, 9 people already. Way to go.
Yeah. I love how you started with 7.
Before you were here, there were 0. I mean, you brought all of them.
Oh, I know for a fact that that's bullshit, because there was 6 when I came in.
Well, they came from your channel. Now, I talked to 0 people and lurked in your channel. I haven't been. I went live when the pond people arrived today for the first time in I guess it's been over a year. And I've been working on the Bird Garden channel. And we've had a bear visit the bird feeding station last night and last week. So when I go turn that water off, I have to take my tactical flashlight and search for bear, and then run over to the spigot, turn the water off, then run over to the waterfall, turn it on, and then run back in while avoiding bears.
Now, I know that after that story, I know that I am not the only human on the planet eagerly anticipating the rack versus bear video.
Well, 2 of them are up now. I've gone to all pepper-infused bird food. So when the bear comes to steal the bird food, he's eating cayenne pepper, and he doesn't like it. But apparently he's so hungry, he comes in and sniffs and bends my bird feeder all around anyway. And
based on what they endure, I'm sure they can endure a little bit of pepper.
Right. And if ever there is actually a rack versus bear video, you will see the bear win. I will somehow submit and beg for my life.
There's no point in doing that. You might as well fight for your life instead of begging for your life.
I don't think the black bears are that bad.
That proves my point even more, that you need to wrestle that guy to the ground and bite its Adam's apple out of its throat, and then raise your hands triumphantly saying, "I won Black
You-
bear.
You are a crocodile hunter. I can tell.
Well, you know, I'd like to imagine so.
You see
Even
what I-
guitar picks. You've monetized guitar picks. Well done.
Yes, I'll send you one. I want you to have one.
What's the is it like a 0.8 of a centimeter? No, hang on, of a millimeter.
Well,
I'm a
I call it
0.8
a medium. I call it a medium, whatever that is.
Yeah, all my ones down here are measured in decimals of millimeters. So yeah. I'm a big fan of the Dunlop 0.8s, 0.76, 0.84, I think they go.
Mm-hmm.
And I even bought a couple of 1 mils, which are quite nice to play acoustic guitar with as well.
Well, my son is actually an entertainer. I own a ukulele, but my son plays guitar. But I
I've
use these.
seen your son play guitar.
Yeah. You've seen that. I use these in my kinetic art, the mobiles. So the thickness then determines the weight. So you can get fairly precise with different weight guitar picks when you're making kinetic art with them.
Kinetic art.
Yeah,
What
like
does that mean?
mobiles, art that moves, doesn't just hang there.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So, Michael, what have you been into? You've got the aquarium behind you. I recognize that. Anything new?
No, I don't do new.
No new?
News for the kids. I think g'day Tropico. I'm currently at a stage with my fish tanks where you know, I'm kind of loath to say it, or loath as some people might say, but I'd really like some fish to die so I could start again. You know when you get to that stage where it's like, oh, these fish are a drag and they're stopping me doing the tanks that I want to do, but
I do.
I just don't want to murder them right now. I'd really rather them still survive.
I did. I
Got some
gave
really pretty fish.
recently. I gave fish to a nephew so I could empty a tank. Here you go, son. You'll love these because I hate them.
Yeah. It's a valid imposition on someone else. These are awesome fish. I hate them, but you'll love them.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. They're going to be your favorite thing ever, even though I hate them with a passion.
It happened.
And he took them?
Oh, yeah. I was glad to have them. He had a pH crash in his tank and was brokenhearted at losing some fish. So I was providing the backfill, and he was emotionally weak. So I cleared out a tank in my fish room.
Yeah, you cashed on his emotional status.
I did. Absolutely. I did that. Yes.
You've represented the human race impeccably.
Well, unfortunately, true.
Can you do me a favor and get rid of that StreamYard comment off the screen?
Yeah, I don't know how. I came up on this live stream as Bird Garden, and it was a Pond Life video. So when I switched to Pond Life, that came up. Let's see. Okay, yes, I can. I can switch it for that one.
Yeah, I think I'd much prefer to see GRB touting my skills in his comment rather than StreamYard's pointless nonsense.
How do we get rid of that one? Help me out. Coach me here, coach. How do I get rid of that one and go to none?
Just push the minus on it and maybe they'll all disappear.
There's no minus.
Like if you hover over the comment again.
No. No minus.
Oh well, I'd much prefer to be able to see a crocodile wrestler instead of StreamYard's pointless advertising.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you want to have your comment posted, chances are good if you make a better comment than a crocodile wrestler, it will be posted.
I think you well know there's not going to be many better comments than that.
I think you're right.
I mean,
oh, look at that. Okay, so I was hovering over the comment on the display screen, and actually I should have been hovering over in the chat. Now I have it.
rookie error. You'll be right. You'll learn these things.
True.
Now, looking at Fish Tropics comment, what on earth are pentazona barbs? I've not even heard of them. Have you?
No, I don't know what that is. It's worth a Google, though, right?
Maybe. I mean, I couldn't be bothered opening a new tab, but clearly you're all over it. So go for it.
It looks like a tiger barb.
Oh.
5-band barb. It looks like
those guys. Then yeah, no. Good luck with that Fish Tropic, but don't send them to me.
Have you had them before?
No, but I'm just like so anti-barb. It's not fun.
What are you into now?
To be fair, I'd want all of my tanks just to be my local native prawns. I miss my prawns.
I understand.
Prawns in one of my planted tanks. Actually, this 5 foot behind me, before I filled it full of cichlids, and then obviously the cichlids made TV dinners out of my prawns.
Wow.
But those are Australian long arm freshwater prawns are some of the most fun creatures I've had in fish tanks.
Sounds cool.
They would like I could go and get a grasshopper from my garden and hold it in the water, and the prawns would come and take it out of my hands and devour it.
Wow. So what were the total length of the prawns?
I think my longest one, like not including the long arms at the front, because they obviously add an extra, couple of inches of superfluous length, but they're probably 3-inch body length. They get pretty big, and there's certainly species around the country that get to like 5 and 6 inches and are very, very edible.
Nice. My son just finished his tour with the U.S. Army in Alaska, and they had prawns that were about 2.5 inches across and 9 to 12 inches long.
Nice.
Delicious is what they said.
Fresh water or salt water?
Salt water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bering Sea.
I think prawns essentially are delightful meat to eat if you don't have to peel the bloody things.
Right.
It's like one of the worst kitchen jobs ever is having to peel prawns for dinner.
So they're much more difficult than shrimp here. We're familiar with the shrimp, and their exoskeletons peel right off after they're boiled.
Yeah, not right off. Like you need 3 or 4 finger movements to get them off successfully. And
more
then
like one of our crawfish.
If you're not careful too, your fingers get that prawn stink about them for the next few days.
But what about the flavor? Is it worth it?
Oh, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. But it's so much more worth it if some other idiot peels your prawns for you.
So that you got the short straw if you're the prawn peeler.
Yeah, you do. And sometimes if you want half a dozen prawns. Sometimes you've got to peel 75 prawns to get that half a dozen for yourself.
Wow.
You know,
Interesting stuff.
provider. You've got to provide for the others as well.
Oh, yeah. So how long do they last in the aquarium?
Oh, then you get a good few years out of them.
Wow.
The ones that I had, I got them when they were only like maybe an inch to 2 inches. I think I had 3 at my best time, and they grew pretty. I mean, granted, I was feeding them grasshoppers and worms and stuff, so
They were living the high life.
Yeah, they were having a fairly reasonable diet, but yeah, they can get to 5 or 6 inches if you continually feed them well and don't introduce large cichlids to their aquarium.
Mhm. Did you do that?
I did, yeah. I kind of, you know, I sneakily tricked myself into saying, yeah, those prawns, they're hardcore. They'll last. They'll do the distance. And then, yeah.
Yeah, I really want those cichlids. What happened to my prawns?
And to be fair, I don't want the cichlids anymore. I want those prawns back.
It happens. I had some success with cherry shrimp in a 5-gallon bucket. I love breeding things in 5-gallon buckets.
I got two just over there.
And the 5-gallon bucket became overran with cherry shrimp. So I started distributing them in every body of water to see where they would last.
Yeah.
And there are survivors in every tank.
Did your bucket cherry shrimp maintain their color?
Um,
Did you have some that just lost their color completely? Because I did.
No, none of them lost completely. I would say when the breeding stock, maybe about 20 shrimp went in the bucket. Some were more colored than others. And every tank that they're in now, most of the shrimp still have color. Some have more than others, but I didn't have any bleach completely out. But
Yeah.
I have to be honest. I have a secret formula of color enhancing food that I feed every tank, especially if they're a fry. I grind it up and feed the fry my color enhancing secret formula food for all of their life.
I hope everyone's got their notepads ready because Rack's about to divulge his secrets.
Never taking it to the grave. You'll have to read my epitaph. But I will say, if you buy a food that says it's color enhancing, it probably is, and it probably will work.
Subtle, very subtle.
Do it. Yeah. And hey, experiment. If you're feeding your fish organic, here's a tip. It's not what I use. It's not the secret. But if you'll shred some carrot and dry the carrot and grind the carrot and incorporate it into your food, you will be introducing beta carotenes and carotenoids into the diet. It will color up your fish simply using carrots.
Bloody science, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Carrots.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Pass it along. If you think that I'm wrong, let's argue about it, but I'm not wrong. Any fish, any aquatic fish, even amphibians. I've fed this to amphibians and watched the color become more brilliant. So I guess the science is the carotenoids and the foods with carotenoids. Hey, krill, shrimp, carrots, all of these things contain carotenoids. As a bird watcher, I know the American flamingo is pink because of the krill that it eats. It's the same with fish. If you put the carotenoids in the food, they'll color up. If you've got a flower horn, feed it carotenoids and wheat germ. Wheat germ will intensify the white, and the carotenoids will intensify the red.
Well, I think we just had like 1,000 people just run to the fish store to buy carrots, and they're going to be sorely disappointed because, unfortunately, your local fish store does not stock carrots. Go next door to the grocery shop.
And they'll see that the carrots are pennies and the color enhancing food formula is dollars, and they'll be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like you said, grate some shredded carrot up, and then let it dry out a bit. Grind it up with a bar mix or a blender or something with some also color enhancing fish food, and your fish will be glowing radioactive in no time.
You won't believe it. You won't believe it. Maybe that's
Yeah.
how they invented the glowfish.
No, that's not how they did it.
No, too far. Okay.
It's fun to speculate that it was so simple for them, but unfortunately they had to involve serious science and serious what's the word when people serious shade from the rest of the world about how they're creating such monstrosities. But if you've got glowfish, good on you. Well done.
Yeah.
They're still pretty to look at.
Sure. No hate here. Glad that you do.
We just don't have access down to much of the glowfish stuff down here. Yeah, see, I see footage of this hill that you've got leading down to your pond, and I see opportunities for terraced bog filter.
Yeah, so you see a lot of potential there, and so do I. One step at a time. But Michael, hold on just a minute. Carry the show. I'm going to step over here and look out the window and see if the pond is progressing. I'm looking. When that photograph was taken before this one, the pond had been reduced by about 6 inches. And I think that's where the pond has refilled to now. It was 6 inches down when you came on board. So I'm going to go peek out the window. I'll be right back to see where the pond fill is.
Righto. No sweat. So, any of the viewers watching that can answer my question, is Rack just got the koi in this pond, or is there other fish in there as well? I'm going to confess, even though I'm on his live stream, I haven't been keeping up to date with the pond videos. I really quite enjoy those drone shots though, but they still do make me just want wetlands filters all the way down the hill. And then, you wouldn't need to get those landscaping dudes in once a year to empty it out. And go back. Why can't I scroll back through this footage? What's the extra little pool up the top? Like a human spa, maybe. And why is there a inanimate? I mean, there's a rack on screen as well.
Whew.
That's not actually rack.
Yeah, I get lost in that technology. Somehow I was able to react to that video on StreamYard and I uploaded it. So
what's the other what do you call them over there? Cinder block. What's the other cinder block structure up above your pond?
It's a plateau that the developer, when they built the house, just made a flat spot, and then wrapped a retaining wall around that flat spot. They had a couple of chairs up there. It was very nice. It's so elevated you can see over the rooftop, and you can see the mountain line in the distance.
Yeah, right. So you're gonna pop a fire pit and some deck chairs or something in there to enjoy the pond at night while it's lit up.
Our plan includes a fire pit, like Adirondack chairs, and a very open wooden structure. What do you call that? A pagoda.
Arbor.
Yeah, something like that over the fire pit and the chairs to have the mountain view and the pond view.
And these what we're looking at now, these rectangles and squares, are they to be filled with concrete as stepping stones?
Yes, we just had those forms made to pour concrete to generate our hardscape from the fence across the patio to the other side of the yard.
Oh, you know that dude's in trouble if I'm there. I'm pushing him in for sure.
That's Tim. He's my pond contractor. He's amazing. He owns Pond Country, and he has more business lined up than he can handle. So he picks and chooses who he wants to build a pond or a water feature for.
What a terrible place to be in for a business.
It's just because of quality. He's a maker.
Yeah.
He's not a contractor. He's a maker.
Yeah, he's a creator.
Yes. Yeah. And if you watch the video series, I love that koi right there. I love it. The video series that I made, he says, I don't make ponds. I make people's dreams come true. I'm like, wow, what a life.
That's the dude. That's the dude you want making your pond.
Now, and I'll tell you, I'm very fortunate to be able to afford him. There was most of my life, I wouldn't have been able to afford him. I would have bought a preformed pond again and then enjoyed it for a month until it turned green and then figured out a way to shut it down.
Yeah. Figured out a way to turn it into an outdoor toilet like everyone else does.
Oh, man. You know what it's like. So we're within 2 inches of having the pond topped off. Before you came on, we were 6 inches away. Last check, 6 inches. So we're 2 inches away from having the pond topped off. Looks like it's going to be about 2:30, 2:45 in the morning. We'll have the pond back in shape.
Well, if there's anything I'm known for, it's my 4 inches difference.
I'm just gonna believe you.
I don't quite know if that one worked.
Well,
now that I said it out loud, I'm kind of rethinking.
We can
edit
what, Michael?
Out in post, right?
I'd like to have a nickel for every great idea I had, but very few of them actually worked. Even though they were great ideas, not many of them worked.
Just like my previous joke.
Just saying. And I don't know if my chat has died or if people just stopped chatting. I'm just happy to have you here. It's an impromptu thing. I wish I had thousands of guests for you and I could build your channel by several thousand subscribers. Everybody wants that, it seems. But I'm just glad that you're here.
Hey, it's my privilege and my pleasure to be here.
Well,
I totally agree. Though the chat certainly did go stagnant if we're talking, pond terms and stuff. Sandy Doty has confirmed that she's still here, so the chat does still move.
It lives. We'll highlight that. Thank you, Sandy, for that.
I'd hate to imagine, though, that you brought me along to this chat to get extra viewers. I'd hate to imagine that my presence might have made people leave.
You know, no, I swear you brought them. There were 0 before you came, Michael. You brought
but
you brought everyone.
most of my people are very intolerant. So if they turn up, they might only turn up for a minute and then piss off and go and do their own thing. They might have bread to bake or,
Right. Damn American, I'm out of here.
laundry to wash or something.
Anything but this guy. Hey, this is fun. Since the last time we talked, I've had some dental work. So this is a false tooth here. It used to be a hole. Now it's a false tooth. I got it filled in. I'm proud of mine. Yeah.
Don't get me started on dental work. one of my main things on YouTube is trying to not show on YouTube where I need dental work. So no one's really ever seen my true smile on YouTube because I'm a little bit frightened. But on the rare occasion that they have seen my true smile, they've probably been shocked and disgusted.
I doubt it. I haven't heard anyone ever say that. Yeah, you're like 90%. What's the problem?
Well, there we go. There's a little bit of a boost for Blackie's ego. No one noticed his terrible, shocking, disgusting, stinky teeth.
No, it's not bad. Hey, how is cryptocurrency in Australia?
Cryptocurrency is universal. It doesn't matter what country you're in. It's all the same, isn't it?
Well, I guess I'm asking about the level of popularity, because even though it is universal, I just recently discovered it, as in a couple of months ago.
Oh, yeah. There's certainly plenty of people down here engaged in the cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, I missed the boat. I jumped on that. What's the Stanford one? Pi. I've jumped on that one. That's like, even though I do, once every day, I jump on and I go, yep, start again. I just feel I'm a little bit late to that party. But I did hear a story about a Australian dude who bought a carton of beer off one of his mates for 2 Bitcoins.
Oh my God.
About 11 years ago.
Yep.
That's now become an incredibly expensive box of beer. I hope it tasted nice.
$125,000 today for 2 Bitcoins.
Yeah. That's a expensive box of beer, even if you break it down to per bottle.
When Bitcoin started, you could get it 4 for a penny.
It's crazy, isn't it?
4 for a penny. But it was witchcraft then. Nobody wanted to invest.
Exactly. Yeah. No one would say this is where it's at, because that's where all the good stuff happens, All the good stuff starts in the cloak and dagger realm. No one wants to tell everyone about the stuff that's going to be awesome.
You don't know if someone's trying to take advantage of you or if they actually know what they're talking about. And blockchain is it's not easy to understand. That's a super deep dive.
I have a strange feeling that that's potentially part of the allure, is that, they made it a little bit cloak and dagger, a little bit sneaky and stuff, so that average Joe didn't understand it. Otherwise, every mother liquor would be onto it, wouldn't they?
Yes, and now they are. And now it's mainstream, at least in America. You got all the major corporations buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, and the U.S. government is making laws they first legitimize it, and then they tax the hell out of it. So it's here. Yeah. It's here.
Yeah, and absolute kudos to those that got in early and stuck to their guns and just stayed with it, because reaping the rewards.
New money. That's what that smells like.
New money. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't get me started on new money.
Oh God. Well, what are we going to do, Blackie? What are we going to do when you get tired of doing live streams and no one's making videos anymore? What are we going to do?
I have a strange feeling that most humans will get tired of doing videos before I get tired of doing live streams. You haven't even lit that thing yet. What's going on? You're just sucking.
I don't smoke in the house. I smoke on the patio.
Oh,
I
right.
definitely brought this out of the humidor just to show it off to you. I knew you would appreciate it.
Put it in the post and send it to me. I want to smoke it now. It looks.
You do. Yes,
I want to know what difference the black leaf makes. I so want to know that.
Well, you can do your internet research. Search Maduro.
No. The internet does not tell me what smoke tastes like.
No, it will set your palate education in advance of you getting the stick. The Connecticut wrapper, the light portion, is very clear, very light flavored. Opposite for the dark wrapper, the Maduro wrapper, heavily flavored. So when they combine, beautiful.
Is the dark section, is it a different type of tobacco, or is it a different plant completely?
It is no. It's tobacco, just from a different location.
Right.
Yeah. So the Connecticut from America, the Maduro from probably Africa, someplace that gets a lot more sun than America. So it's a lot more flavorful. I prefer Maduro wrapper cigars every day, but this one in particular, it's delicious and mild, well behaved, but it's also very rare and desirable.
Nice.
Difficult to get. Like in the United States, the tobacco stores usually only release these around Father's Day.
Oh, yeah.
And then only a few of the tobacco stores get them.
We just had visitors arrive, so I may have to go.
Well, listen, it's been great having you on here, Dr. Black66, and I hope that we can talk again soon and not become strangers. It's been a year since we talked.
I think, yeah, it has. And can I heartily encourage you to cancel your haircut appointment?
I'll take it into consideration.
Because then you could do this. You could do these ones.
I may leave the length on top so I can do that and take it a little bit off the sides. I don't want to sneak into a mullet.
Where's your dedication?
Well,
Everyone needs a mullet.
Been there, done that. I have been a mullet owner. Yeah.
Right. As long as you've had one before, then you can say.
Don't tell my heart.
Your achy breaky heart?
That's exactly right. Yeah. I just don't think you'd understand.
Apparently they're a little bit slow on the uptake, the old achy breaky hearts. Or alternatively, they're not given enough credit for their understanding ability.
Right. Perhaps. Either way. Well, don't let me hold you up, Michael. Thanks for coming on. Fantastic to talk to you. I'm so glad you agreed to come over.
Hey, no worries at all.
Good. It's great to see you.
It's good to see you too. And to all the viewers out there, never underestimate an achy breaky heart.
Don't you do it. I'm going to end it with that. You
don't know what they'll understand.
You get the last word. That's it. I'm out of here. I love you, guy. and I'll see the rest of you guys later. Okay, stay tuned. We're going to do pond updates coming forward.